Jai Jagannath, good morning all of you in this platform of OPSC's StudyIQ. And today is 7th of May. We'll discuss today's current affairs. I hope everything is fine. Audio and video both are working fine. Okay. Audio and video both are working fine. So let's get started. Today's news. Before I start, let me introduce you the foundation batch, that is Arambh 1, foundation batch 1, both for prelims as well as mains. Okay. We'll discuss in detail at the end of our session. Good morning all of you. Thank you for a response, Susmita. Okay, let's start. So today's news, ECI Election Commission of India to launch unified digital platform, ECNet. AI-enabled gold melting ATM, Iran's new ballistic missile, development of the metal-free catalyst for hydrogen fuel production, United Naga Council. Next is one-liner, World Asthma Day 2025, Alcatrazs Prison, All India Football Federation Award 2025, HADR Exercises, Indigenous MultiInfluence Ground Mine, MIGM. Okay, so let's start one by one. First thing, your first topic, ECI to launch unified digital platform, ECNet. The Election Commission will soon launch a new single point application. The Election Commission of India, single point application, ECNet. Last year, we had this general election of 2024, and Election Commission was in news for conducting the world's largest democratic election process. Plus, with respect to the appointment of the Election Commission of India, it was in news. That was the reason 2023 mains, they had asked one question related to the Election Commission of India. So whatever topics are there in news, please be careful. Try to connect with the starting part, because those topics are very important as far as our exam point of view, both in case of prelims as well as mains. So Election Commission of India soon launch a new single point application that will be known as ECNet. The initiative aims to integrate over 40 existing mobile and web applications of the Election Commission. So they are simply integrating all those different types of applications, and they are coming with only one application or the one solution that would be known as the ECNet. Okay. Single point platform, ECNet will bring all election activities in a single application. All election activities, maybe what we call the electoral list or list of voters, all those details will be given or will be available in a single application, eliminating the need for users to download separate applications or remember multiple logins. So to make easy for the voter, so Election Commission of India coming with an integrative approach, so that only one application would be there, and in that one application every details will be given. User friendly interface, the platform will provide a beautiful and intuitive user interface, allowing election officials, political parties, civil society to easy access election related information. So generally, I think you must have seen, let's say Bihar election and UP election is there. So during the election counting or voting counting, in fact, people generally follow the news room or news website or the kind of news. You can do one thing, you can simply go to the Election Commission website, and every newspaper or those digital platforms live in their live telecast, they also follow the same pattern. They also follow the Election Commission website for the updated data. right? So people generally do the same thing. They simply follow the Election Commission of India website to for the updated data. So these are the like use. And also, let's say uh, before the filing of nomination or during the file of nomination, you will get data of all those candidates who have filed the nomination. Data related what? The number of criminal cases against them, properties against them, okay? So or properties they have, or election expenses they have made in different either assembly or parliament election. So all those data will be given in only one or single platform with that application ECNet. Data accuracy, data on ECNet will be entered only by the authorized election commission official. Authorized election commission official. So directly they will enter the data. Okay. So all those officials or authorized data will be available in the ECNet. Okay. ECI to launch unified, we are discussing features and benefits available in both desktop and smartphones. So let's say those do not have the smartphone, they can also use through website. ECNet will provide users easy access to electoral data on both platforms. Okay. Useful for all stakeholders. It is designed for voters, election officials, political parties, civil society to improve participation, monitoring of the electoral process. Next, AI enabled gold melting ATM. Gold Coin has launched a state of art AI enabled gold melting ATM that allow users to buy, sell, melt and evaluate gold. Let's see. Buy and sell gold. Users can buy or deposit gold from the ATM. Melting and testing. The deposited gold is melted on the spot and tested for the purity. Okay. So it's kind of, it's a simply a machine. Let's say the ATM we used to like withdraw money by using a card. So similar kind of a machine would be there. Through that you can buy, sell, or you can melt the gold. You can test the quality as well. The deposited gold is melted on the spot and tested for the purity. Instant valuation, the machine shows the real-time value of pure gold as per the market rate. So let's say what would be the market rate today of gold, right? So instant or real-time rate you will be given. So that is easy for the customers or the consumer to purchase and sell of gold and also check the purity. Direct bank transfer, once the user gives permission, the value of the gold is transferred to their bank account within 30 minutes. Okay. Within 30 minutes. Right. Next. Next. Okay. So background and standing information of the gold coin ATM company, Gold Coin Private Limited, headquarter Hyderabad. First innovation, launched India's first real-time gold ATM in 2022. Okay. Current status, there are 14 gold ATMs active in India and 3 internationally, that is Dubai, Singapore and London. Iran unveils new ballistic missile with 1200-kilometer range amid Houthi attack. Iran has recently unveiled a new solid fuel ballistic missile called Qasem Basir, a medium range ballistic missile. Medium range ballistic missile. The missile is designed to attack targets located at a distance over 1200 km. Size and weight, if you see, the missile is around 11 meters in length, and it's estimated to weigh around 7 ton. Build material, the air frame is made of carbon fiber composite material, making it lightweight and difficult to detect by radar. Propulsion system, the missile's propulsion system is based on solid fuel, which provides greater stability, faster launch readiness compared to the liquid fueled alternatives. Okay, speed, the Qasem Basir missile can reach speed up to Mach 12, enabling it to reach its target high speed. Guidance system, the missile is fitted with a thermal imaging sensor, which helps the missile to identify and engage targets using thermal signals during its final flight phase. Okay. Okay. Maneuverable re-entry vehicle. The missile also has a maneuverable re-entry vehicle which separates from the booster. The device is designed to reduce drag, reduce radar observability and improve ballistic efficiency. Launching system, the Qasem Basir missile can be launched from a mobile transporter erector launcher, including platforms such as civilian trucks. So you can easily use a civilian truck as a launching pad of that missile. Okay. So next topic is development of metal-free catalyst for hydrogen fuel production. India researchers develop metal-free catalyst for hydrogen fuel production from mechanical energy. Metal-free catalyst for hydrogen fuel production, right? About the metal-free catalyst, it is a donor-acceptor covalent organic framework which acts as a metal-free catalyst. Under mechanical stress, it generates hydrogen gas by splitting water molecules. Okay, splitting water molecules, it generates hydrogen gas H2. Major Dhyanchand's Khel. Okay, this is the wrong slide. Okay, development. The catalyst has been developed at Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, Bengaluru, under the leadership of Professor Tapas K. Mazi in collaboration with IISER Pune and Wroclaw University of Science and Technology, Poland. Okay. So this has been developed by Jawahar Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, Bengaluru, under the leadership of Professor Tapas K. Mazi in collaboration with IISER Pune, Wroclaw University of Science and Technology, Poland. Key features: it is metal-free, uses organic molecule such as TAPA, donor PDA acceptor, linked via imide bonds. Ferri-electric ordering. What is this ferri-electric ordering? It generates intense internal electric fields to drive the catalytic process. Sponge-like porous structure, it promotes water flow and charge separation, improving the process. Mechanical stimulation, electron hole pairs are formed under pressure, which makes water splitting more efficient. Similarly, significance, if you see, environmentally friendly, uses sustainable organic materials instead of expensive toxic metal. Energy efficient, ambient mechanical energy, is used for hydrogen production, making an efficient use of energy. Supports National Green Hydrogen Mission. It promotes India's clean energy leadership and energy independence. Green Hydrogen Mission. We are also planning to run vehicle through the hydrogen, okay, instead of petrol and diesel or the fossil fuel. Scalable innovation. It provides a cost-effective and practical alternative to current metal-based hydrogen technology. Next is United Naga Council. Recently, the United Naga Council has called for reinstate of the free movement regime along the India-Myanmar border. I think 1.5 years back, you must have seen that India has completed this fencing in the India and Myanmar border. Fencing means they have created the barricade. If you see the India and its bordering or the neighboring countries, especially Bangladesh, Myanmar, Nepal and Bhutan, since due to the difficult terrain or difficult geographical condition, it is difficult to make a barricade or kind of a fencing which can stop the free movement of the people. So this porous border is good for, you can say, the local people. They interact themselves, or they simply keep trading with each other, but it is problem for the countries with respect to internal security or national security, you can say. By taking the chance of porous border, what they generally, or the what these people generally do, those people or local people also can be used for the drug trading, right? Exchange of counterfeit money or duplicate currency. So these kind of problem, or let's say infiltration, right? Infiltration of extremism, okay? People migrating without any authorization or any kind of visa or passport, which again enhances the problem of internal security or national security of our country. So that is the reason government is planning, or government has put all those border in fencing so that it can restrict the movement. But now this United Naga Council, they have started this free movement regime along the India-Myanmar border. The free movement regime, which was implemented along the India-Myanmar border in 1968, allows people living along the border to travel without visa or passport up to a specified limit through border passes. In fact, you can see it through the India and Bangladesh, India and Nepal, India and Bhutan as well, because they keep on exchanging between them. I mean, people are there, those who are on daily basis, they are going the other country for their selling those products, or those kind of small hawkers, you can say, vegetable seller. So those people. Initial limits and changes. Initially, visa-free travel was allowed up to 40 kilometer. Yani ki after the 40 kilometer, you will be barred. Restriction will be there. You can't move beyond 40 kilometer. This was reduced to 16 kilometer in 2004, and currently it's 10 kilometer. So within the 10 kilometer radius, you can keep on moving, but you cannot go beyond that. Family visitation facility. Under this arrangement, people living in the border areas can cross the border to maintain their family and ethnic ties without visa और पासपोर्ट. व्हाट इज दैट एथनिक टाइज? आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे, खास करके बिहार जो है ना, बिहार द शेयरिंग बॉर्डर विद द नेपाल, लेट्स से. सो बिहारी यानी कि गर्ल्स फ्रॉम द बिहार, दे डू like marry the groom from the Nepals, okay, and reverse is the case, right? So they have a relatives other side of the border. So this is what making people ethnically connected or culturally connected. So that is the reason up to 10 kilometers. So earlier it was 40, then it was reduced to 16. Now only 10 kilometers it has been allowed to them. Collection of biometric data. Biometric data of travelers is collected and verified against a central database. Security arrangement. The first phase of the verification is handled by the Assam Rifle, while the state police conduct local security check. The border pass is valid for the 7 days only. You can stay there for the 7 days. Suppose just I was saying किसी की relative के घर होगी, तो if you are visiting to your relative's house, you can stay only for the 7 days. There is a restriction with the border pass. Expansion of border outpost. In the second phase, 21 new border outposts are planned to be added, which will help in improving border security and smooth functioning of the system. Next, World Asthma Day 2025, May 6. World Asthma Day is observed every year on the second Tuesday of May to raise awareness about asthma and its risk. Theme of the World Asthma Day 2025, making inhaled therapies accessible to all. This year, and just remember the theme, making inhaled therapies accessible to all. This year's theme emphasizes the need for universal access to inhaled medicines for asthma control and treatment. Okay, Asthma Day, we celebrate May 6th. Okay, so first World Asthma Day was recognized in 1998 by the Global Initiative for Asthma, GINA. The first World Asthma Day coincided with the first World Asthma meeting held in Barcelona, attended by more than 35 countries. Alcatraz Prison. Alcatraz Prison. Okay. US President Donald Trump has ordered the reopening of the Alcatraz Prison. The prison is located on Alcatraz Island near San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge, and the decision is being seen as a symbol of strengthening law, justice, and order in the country. The prison was established as a fort in the 1850s. The US Army used it as a military prison in 1910-12. The federal government took control of the prison in 1930s and used it as a high security prison for a federal convict. Alcatraz prison was closed in 1963. So it was about Alcatraz prison. So Donald Trump, the US president, has ordered it to open near San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Okay. So let's see the next. All India Football Federation Award 2025. All India Football Federation announced its annual award for the 24-25 season at function held in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Best Mains Player of the Year, Subhasis Bose. Subhasis Bose is the best Mains Player of the Year. Football is something which is gradually taking its place, because football was kind of India's performance is not good. So from the past few years, the government is also putting effort to improve the ranking of India's football team, and also will trying to enter into that Football World Cup Championship. So Best Mains Player of the Year, Subhasis Bose. Best Women Player of the Year, Soumya Gugulot was given this award. Best Mains Coach, Khalid Jamil. Best Women's Coach, Sujatha Kar. Best Goalkeeper, Bisal Khet, Mains category for Engabam, Elangbam Panthui Chanu, Women's category. And Most Promising Player of the Year, Barrison Fernandes and Toizam Toi Visana Chanu. Okay. HADR exercise, India's Navy's offshore patrol vessel INS Sarda has arrived at Metalfree Atoll, Maldives from 4th May to 10th May to conduct its first humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. First humanitarian assistance and disaster relief HADR exercise. The exercise is in line with the India's neighborhood first policy. Okay, neighborhood first policy. So this is Navy offshore patrol vessel INS Sarda, any Navy exercise between the two countries. One is India, another one is the Maldives. Okay, the name is HADR exercise, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, and this is first of its kind. First, this could be asked in your prelims. The exercise is in line with India's neighborhood first policy. I think we have already discussed earlier also. Neighborhood first policy, that means with respect to giving preference to other countries or foreign countries, first we will preference to our neighboring countries. So that is the policy of India's or foreign policy of India, with special preference to Maldives as a close maritime neighbor. Close maritime neighbor, and we need a safe and free movement in the Indian Ocean region, because Indian Ocean is also important trade route, and also 60% of the global trade you will find in the Indian Ocean. So that is the reason, and India is the only country जिसका नाम पे ये समंदर बना, यानी कि इंडियन ओशन नाम दिया गया. दिस इज द ओनली कंट्री, यू वोंट फाइंड द सेकंड अदर कंट्री जिसका नाम पे ये समंदर रखा गया है, जिसको हम लोग इंडियन ओशन बोल रहे हैं, या अदर ऐसा कहीं भी आपको देखने को नहीं मिलेगी. सो दैट इज द रीजन India is considering, or India is having a friendly relation with this littoral neighboring countries, जिसके वजह से we can ensure our maritime security. The exercise is in line with the ocean vision announced by the Prime Minister in Mauritius, which emphasizes mutual advancement for security and development in the region. So I think you know this. Mahasagar, okay, mutual advancement. In earlier it was Sagar, now it's Mahasagar, mutual advancement for security and development in this region. The vision aims to promote security, inclusive growth, disaster resilience in the Indian Ocean region. So specifically disaster resilience in the sense, tsunami was there in 2004. Okay, tsunami was there in 2004. So it's the duty of our countries, or you would say the neighboring countries, so that we'll have a partnership and we can exchange the information, we can exchange the humanitarian aid or cooperation. So that is the reason this exercise is being conducted from 4th May to 10th May. Indigenous multi-influence ground mine. Defense Research and Development Organization and Indian Navy recently successfully carried out combat firing of indigenous multi-influence ground mine. Indigenous multi-influence ground mine. Indigenous design and development. MIGM has been jointly designed and developed by DRDO and Indian Navy. Indigenous design and Development. MIGM has been jointly designed and developed by DRDO and Indian Navy. The system has been developed by Naval Science and Technology Laboratory, Visakhapatnam, in collaboration with other DRDO laboratories like High Energy Material Research Laboratory, Pune, and Terminal Ballistic Research Laboratory, Chandigarh. MIGM is an advanced underwater naval mine designed to enhance the maritime warfare and capability of Indian Navy against the modern stealth safe and submarine. Bharat Dynamics Limited, Visakhapatnam, and Apollo Microsystem Limited, Hyderabad, are the production partner of the system. Okay. Let's see Odisha news. Bedaba Shrine, Raulkela, cultural and historical significance. This Bedaba Shrine, located near Raulkela in Odisha, the Bedaba Shrine is situated at the confluence of the Koel, Sank and Saraswati river. Confluence of Koel, Sank and Saraswati river. You can call it a Sangam. Koel, Sank, Saraswati river forming the Brahmani river. Okay. So, this Bedaba Shrine is located on the Brahmani river. The site is believed to be the birthplace of says Bedaba, Rusi thile Bedaba Rusi, the author of the Mahabharata, and it's said he composed the epic in cave here. So, inside the cave, he has written this epic Mahabharata. The temple complex is dedicated to Lord Shiva and serves as a significant pilgrimage destination for devotees. So, the temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, Shaivism. The serene environment and spiritual significance make it a place for cultural importance in this region. The shrine attracts visitors from neighboring states like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, highlighting its regional importance. The site is not only a religious center but also a testament of the rich cultural and heritage of Odisha. Efforts are ongoing to preserve and restore the temple structure, although some delays have been reported due to administrative approvals. Okay, so there was a delay, but still a temple is about to constructed at that place. So it has a cultural and historical significance with respect to Bedaba Shrine. Dharin Dharanayak and his contribution to Odisha's freedom struggle. Dharin Dharanayak was born on 5th of May 1864 in Kusumita village, Keonjhar district. Leader from the Keonjhar district. He led the second phase of the Keonjhar uprising 1892-1895 against the oppressive Bethi system. Bethi, Begari, those tax system was there. Okay, Bethi, Begari, those tax system was there. And the autocratic rule of the king. Nayak united various tribal communities including the Bhuya community, Zhuang community, Kolhas to revolt against the feudal exploitation or the landlord or the Jamindari exploitation. His leadership emphasized the establishment of a democratic state where people enjoyed fundamental rights. Okay. So he was in effort to establish a democratic state. After a conspiracy led to his arrest, he was detained in Cuttack for 7 years. Upon release in 1897, he adopted a saintly life, continuing to inspire future generations. Nayak's efforts are recognized as a significant part of Odisha's contribution to India's freedom movement, and it is also part of this Prajamandal movement as well. We have seen the Prajamandal movement. Prajamandal movement भी हमने देखा है. तो जो Prajamandal movement, in that Prajamandal movement, the Nayak, the leader, has contributed because this Bethi and Begari was there, or they were prevailing during this era of Jamindars. Ultimately, the British were collecting the taxes, but these or what we call the rulers of these Garjat areas, जो Garjat अंचल में कहूँ ना, the rulers of these Garjat areas, they were collecting the taxes and they were paying the Britishers. Okay, so Bethi and Begari system, against that Dharin Dharanayak fought the movement. Odisha draft ESJ leaves Satkosia Tiger Reserve with holes exposed to development threat. Draft of eco-sensitive zone. It was in news. The draft of eco-sensitive zone notification for Satkosia Tiger Reserve. What is this eco-sensitive zone? suppose there is a reserve area or protected area. So beyond that boundary, some area must be demarcated and considered as the eco-sensitive zone or ecological sensitive zone. Ecological sensitive zone notification for the Satkosia Tiger Reserve in Odisha has raised concern due to significant exclusions and dilutions that may leave the reserve vulnerable to development pressure. That means there must be a manipulation with respect to the eco-sensitive zones. So what is the meaning of eco-sensitive zone? So this is the protected area, and beyond the boundaries of that, or beyond up to a certain you can say kilometer or some area, will be demarcated as the eco-sensitive zone. That means there should not be any strict economic interference or anthropogenic interference. Let's say there must not be the human habitat or any such what we call the restaurant, hotels, or any such commercial activities will be prohibited. For example, if you see the Western Ghat, in Western Ghat also this eco-sensitive zones have been demarcated where mining is not allowed. Okay, I think you know this Kasturi Rangan report with respect to the protection of Western Ghat. So mining is not allowed or anthropogenic intervention is not allowed. So that is the reason it is in news that some kind of exclusion and dilution from this eco-sensitive zone, making this protected area vulnerable. That means maybe the authorities allowing some kind of economic activities in this eco-sensitive zone, which will kind of a threat for this existing protected area, that may leave the reserve vulnerable to development pressure. ESJs are meant to act as a buffer zone. So what is the buffer zone? Buffer zone means the kind of zone which will not be in anthropogenic intervention, which will not be any kind of economic activities around protected areas, regulating harmful activities and ensuring ecological integrity. Implications of the draft ESJ: inadequate buffer protection. That means only 562 square kilometer has been notified as the ESJ, while large areas critical to wildlife movement and habitat continuity remain excluded. That means there is a possibility of this wildlife can move in these areas. So that is the reason this buffer zone have been demarcated. But there is a kind of dilution in this draft which is making the protected area more vulnerable. Development threat. Development threat. Exclusion of forested and riverine stretches opens the door for industrial, mining, linear infrastructure projects, risking habitat degradation. What is this linear infrastructure projects? Linear infrastructure projects means highways. Linear infrastructure projects means the electricity, supply of electricity. So these are making this region more vulnerable. Conflict with the conservation goal. Satkosia Tiger Reserve was once home to a tiger relocation project. Relocation means from a different area. Recently we have done in case of, let's say, cheetah relocation. We brought cheetah from the Africa and now they are in the Kuno National Park. So this is translocation of wildlife or translocation of cheetah. So this relocation tiger means from one protected area, they are transferred to the other protected area. So Satkosia Tiger Reserve was once home to a tiger relocation project. Weak peripheral protection undermines such effort and the overall goal of the increasing tiger numbers. Disregard for local ecology. The ESJ draft does not adequately reflect the biodiversity hotspot, tribal habitation areas, ecological linkages crucial for long-term conservation. Okay. So the draft which has been prepared by the authority does not consider this tribal habitation or biodiversity hotspot. Policy recommendation, let's say, reassess and expand ESJ boundaries. What would be the suggestion? We need to use the satellite imagery and low ecological mapping to include all critical habitats, number one. Number two, cumulative impact assessment for projects near Satkosia Tiger Reserve must be made mandatory. cumulative impact assessment means before we start any project or any such dilution, we need to have a thorough assessment. What would be impact on the protected area? What would be impact on the wildlife? What would be impact on the forest area? Okay, so we need to have a cumulative impact assessment. Empower local Gram Sabha and joint forest management communities so that they would take a decision. I mean, community participation is necessary because of the protection of this area. Enforce stricter environmental clearance norms for exclude areas boundaries the reserve. Okay, stricter environmental norms. Conclusion: a diluted ESJ weakens the protective shield around the Satkosia and geoparadises its ecological future. A robust science-based ESJ policy is essential to reconcile development with a conservation imperatives. Okay, so we need to have a reassessment before we take any strong decision. Pachchi Valley and its cultural significance in Odisha. The Pachchi Valley is historically rich in Odisha, stretching approximately 54 km between Bhubaneswar and Puri. 54 km between Bhubaneswar and Puri, Pachchi Valley. It is considered a cradle of ancient civilization. Cradle of ancient civilization means ancient civilization एठी आगुरु देखिबाकु मिलिथिला या this is the cradle means जोटा हमें कहूछु ना कि what you call गोद जाको कहंती ना cradle of ancient civilization with a history dating back to the 7th century AD. The valley is home to numerous temple, monasteries, mothas representing the various religious sects including Hinduism, Buddhism and Jainism. If you see the Odisha history, you will find those ancient kingdoms were kind of religious tolerant. That means simultaneously they were giving patronage to Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Buddhism, Jainism. Obviously, since Shaivism and Vaishnavism, so they are giving the patronage to Buddhism as well. So they were religious tolerant. That is the reason you will find in Odisha existence of this multiple religions. It is renowned as the birthplace of the 12th century poet Jayadeva. Okay, Jayadeva, author of the Gita Govinda, which has significantly influenced Indian classical music and dance. Gita Govinda we have already discussed. Gita Govinda is on the love story of the Krishna and Radha. Gita Govinda is based on the love story of Radha and Krishna. The region showcases a unique blend of cultural and ecological heritage, reflecting the synthesis of different traditions. Despite its historical importance, many of Valley's monuments are under-documented and face neglect. Efforts are being made to document and preserve the Valley's rich cultural legacy for future generation. Puri International Airport accorded in principal approval. In a major boost to the state government's move for the establishment of the Sri Jagannath International Airport in Puri, the Centre and Monday accorded in principal approval for the proposed Greenfield project. What is this Greenfield project? One is Greenfield, another one is Brownfield. Greenfield is starting from the scratch or starting from the zero, a completely new construction. Brownfield means you are simply renovating the existing construction, right, or existing infrastructure. So since Puri is getting a new international airport, so it's a greenfield project, and the government is putting a lot of effort for this Sri Jagannath International Airport. The approval from the Ministry of Civil Aviation came 4 days after the Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi pushes for the first tracking of the international airport at Puri. The ministry stated that the decision marks an important milestone for Puri and Odisha. So we'll have a direct connectivity from Puri to other regions, other part of the world. Okay. So approval has also been accorded and another greenfield airport project at Kota in Rajasthan. So this is, he said, Puri, one of the most sacred pilgrimage site in India and home to Lord Jagannath, attracts millions of devotees and tourists from across the country and the world. So the decision to establish an airport in Puri will provide a major boost to religious tourism, regional development, and overall connectivity. So we have already one international airport, that is Biju Patnaik International Airport, which is in Bhubaneswar, the state capital. Now it would be the second, and the third is also being proposed by the state government, yet approval have been made by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, that is in Paradip, the port city, okay, Paradip. So that will have a increased industrialization process. As per the government plan, the project will be taken of over 1164 acre land, that includes around 68 acre forest and 2 to 1.48 acre private land in Sipasarubali and Sandhapur under Brahmagiri Tehsil. Around 5,631 crore will be spent to develop the greenfield airport. Okay. So next, MCQs. Okay. So before I start the MCQs, I think we have, this current affairs sessions would be exclusively for the OPSC OCS. No other platform is providing exclusive current affairs session for the OPSC Civil Service. And I have already told you, since you people are giving exam in English medium, so we are trying to make this session English so that you will have a better understanding, you will have a better clarity over concepts and all. Anyway, if you are preparing and you want to have optional as sociology, then we have the best of the best faculty who is teaching sociology from past 20 years. I think very renowned face all over the state, not only all over the state, in India as well, with respect to UPSC and OPSC. So you can join the sociology optional with the Sarosh Samuel sir. Okay. So the new batch has just started. If you want to join, you can join. Similarly, we have the foundation batch for the geography optional as well. Again, best of the best faculty we have. Sipsankar Hajra sir, another well-known face. Similarly, we have home science optional as well by Purushottam Misra sir. Okay, now coming to the MCQs. The first question. Consider the following statement with reference to the single point application ECNet, which has been developed by the Election Commission of India. This initiative aims to integrate over 40 existing mobile and web applications of Election Commission. Second, it is designed for voters, election officials, political parties and civil society to improve participation and monitoring of the electoral process. Answer please. Answer kona vakundu. The first statement, that is integrating 40 existing different kind of mobile applications. So we are integrating it and we are making one mobile application which will give us all those data related to election and election process. It can be accessed by the voters, election official, political parties, civil society, any other agency who wants any kind of data related to elections. So I think C would be the answer. No doubt in this. Correct. Next. Consider the following statement with reference to the AI-enabled gold melting ATM. Users can buy or deposit both gold and silver from the ATM. It allows users to buy, sell, melt and evaluate gold. Answer please. Correct? Only two, because silver is not there. Okay, next. Pakistan has recently unveiled a new solid fuel ballistic missile called medium range ballistic missile Ghasim Basir. The missile is designed to attack targets located in the range of 1200 km. Okay. So answer would be B, 1200 kilometer. Right. Next. With respect to Alcatraz jail, the prison is located on Alcatraz Island near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. San Francisco. Okay. The prison was established as a fortress in the 1850s. Alcatraz jail was closed in 1980. I think first one is correct, second one is correct, and the third one is, it was not in 1980, it was in 1963. So answer would be C, 1 and 2. Indigenous multi-influence ground mine. The multi-influence ground mine has been jointly developed by DRDO and Indian Navy. The system has been developed by the Naval Science and Technology Laboratory, Visakhapatnam, in collaboration with the DRDO laboratories such as High Energy Material Research Laboratory, Pune, and Terminal Ballistic Research Laboratory, Chandigarh. Answer would be both. आंसर यार तो बोथ ही होगा ना, दीटा का करेक्ट अच्छी नहीं. B हबनी यार. The system has been developed by the Naval Science and Technology Laboratory, Visakhapatnam, in collaboration with the DRDO laboratories such as High Energy Research Laboratory, Pune, and Terminal Ballistic Laboratory, Chandigarh. ठीक तो अच्छी. दीटा जाको स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट हो यार. Next. Which renowned poet known for composing Gita Govinda was born in Pachchi Valley? Jadev. What is the primary purpose of the nationwide mock drill schedule in India? B कौन पाई हो? अच्छा B जयदेव. ठीक है. इटा होची कौन? Celebrate a national festival against military threat, conduct a health awareness campaign, launch a new infrastructure project. Answer is to test preparedness against military threat. If there will be an attack on India, how people will behave. Okay. How people will respond. What oppressive system did Dharin Dharanayak oppose during the Keonjhar uprising? Jamindari, Bethi, Rajtwari, and permanent settlement. It was a Bethi system, Bethi and Begari. The tax on the peasants, Bethi and Begari. Which rivers converge the Bedaba Shrine near Raulkela? Koel, Sankh, and Saraswati. Koel, Sankh, and Saraswati. Bedaba Shrine near Raulkela. Koel, Sankh, and Saraswati. Okay. Okay. So for tomorrow or today's question, you have to write answer for tomorrow. Dharin Dharanayak and his contribution to Odisha's freedom struggle. Just write it down and send me in my Telegram channel. Dharin Dharanayak and his contribution to Odisha's freedom struggle. write it on 250 words. Next question. The draft eco-sensitive zone notification for Satkosia Tiger Reserve has left critical ecological areas unprotected, exposing the region to developmental threats. Critically analyze the implications of this conservation and suggest measures for improvement. Okay, this is the second question, and interesting question, good question as well. There is a possibility it would be asked in your mains exam. Okay, so let's discuss the yesterday's mains question, or let's discuss the answer. In fact, recent years there has been an increased emphasis on cooperative federalism in India. Critically analyze the role institutions like NITI Aayog in promoting cooperative federalism. Okay, दिव्यरंजन आपण टेलीग्राम चैनल को फॉलो करंतु माय टेलीग्राम चैनल we every day we do share the PDF in the Telegram channel every day. Okay, just after the morning session you will get our PDF in the Telegram channel. So just stay there. After the class I will show you how to scan or how to join the Telegram channel, and then you will get PDF on daily basis. Okay, so NITI Aayog, which was formed in 2015, okay, which was formed in 2015, replaced the Planning Commission. And NITI Aayog is different from Planning Commission in many aspects, but one of those aspects is promoting cooperative federalism, because India is a federal structure. Indian constitution is a federal in structure, but Planning Commission was following the methodology which is called the centralized model. Okay, if you see the very essence of the Planning Commission, it is based on the centralized model, because we have borrowed it, or we had borrowed it in fact during the initial years of our development from the USSR or the present day Russia. So it is based on the idea of centralized model of planning, and it prepares and implements the 5-year plan for India. So since India is a federal structure, so there was criticism across the party line or across or among the policymakers in fact, that Planning Commission only prescribes. That means Planning Commission only what you call prescribe the solution to the states. Planning Commission never listened to the states. That means it was following a top to down approach. They never followed the bottom to top approach, right? So this was the criticism to the Planning Commission, why this has been replaced with this NITI Aayog. And NITI Aayog came with this new spirit, new idea. NITI Aayog did not give, or NITI Aayog was not given the responsibility of formulation of planning nor the implementation of planning, because planning as a model or planning as a core of the development has been discontinued since 2015. We had the last 5-year plan, which was the 12th 5-year plan we call it, and it was from 2012 to 2017, and after that there is no such 5-year plan. Now, if you see the NITI Aayog's functioning, it has a same kind of structure in terms of officials, you can say. The Prime Minister is the chairperson. There is a deputy chairperson as well. There is a CEO of NITI Aayog and other members of the NITI Aayog. But what makes the NITI Aayog different from Planning Commission? This is the first question. And that difference is this cooperative federalism. So instead of kind of a prescriptive model, NITI Aayog is following the model of what we call the bottom to top approach. Okay, bottom to top approach. Let me give you one example, through that you can understand. If you recall, when this GST was implemented, if you recall, whenever there is a kind of a committee or any such policy frame which affects both union and the state, so along with the union ministers or cabinet ministers or technocrats, the representative of the states also included in those commission or committees. That provides a sense of what? That states' voice is also being heard in the platform of Niti Aayog. So when the GST or implementation of GST process started, in that process, the finance minister, I think the finance minister of Bengal, West Bengal, he was made the deputy chairperson of the GST commission. Later part, again, we included the, I think, finance minister from the Jammu and Kashmir when it was a state before this 360 abrogation. So in these fashion, Niti Aayog always stress on this fact that the voice of the states would be heard in the platform or the central platform, what we call the union government platforms. Apart from that, if you see, Niti Aayog comes with different indices. For example, Sustainable Development Goals Index, Swachhata Sarvekshan Index or Swachhata Sarvekshan. And in that Swachhata Sarvekshan, we give reward to different states or cities for the cleanliness drive. Apart from that, we have this index with respect to, let's say, education, let's say health, or earlier it was also publishing this ease of doing business among the states. So what it shows, along with this cooperative federalism, Niti Aayog also promotes what we call the competitive federalism as well. Competitive federalism means competition among the states with respect to this business, with respect to Swachhata, with respect to developmental aspects, what we call the sustainable development goals. Okay. So these are few things you can highlight with respect to what you call the cooperative federalism promoted by the Niti Aayog. Okay. Cooperative federalism. So this is the first question. I think points have been given. Points diya hua hai. You can check it. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Next question is, India aspires to become a 5 trillion economy. Examine the structural challenges that needs to be addressed to achieve the goal and suggest viable policy measures. So this is the first affirmative statement, and on this basis, structural challenges we have to highlight and suggest variable policy. So there are two headings or two subparts of it. One is challenge, another one is the policy measures. So first, in challenge, what we have to write? If you see the challenge, the first is obviously low productivity in agriculture and a large sections of the labor force, almost around 45%. If you see the latest round of NSSO data, it says almost around 45% of our total labor force in agriculture sector or surplus labor force in the agriculture, because our service sector and manufacturing sector failed to absorb this surplus labor force. This is one factor. Second factor is the informal sector dominance, and we have more unskilled or semi-skilled labor force. Sasmita, which question? The second one or the first one? You just tell me, second one or first one? See, it says India aspires to become a 5 trillion economy. हमारी target क्या है? What is our target? To make our economy a 5 trillion one. Okay? 5 trillion one. So to achieve that, what are those structural challenges? This is number one. Number two is we need to suggest policy measures. Second one, fine. So that is also one I am explaining. So first one is structural changes. So what is the structural challenges? The first thing I told you, large sections of our labor force, they are in the primary sector or agricultural sector. our manufacturing sector or industrial sector or service sector could not absorb that surplus labor force. This is one aspect. Second aspect, we are creating jobs, but more in the informal sector and very semi-skilled, yeah, unskilled labor force, right? I think you must have seen recently this startup Mahakumbh or something was there, and our Honorable Ministry of Commerce Piyush Goyal was the guest. So he said China is like investing money in startups like semiconductor or any such manufacturing thing, but India's startup is like what? Zomato, Swiggy, the Insta food delivery applications or Insta vegetables delivery things. Okay. That means we are creating jobs, but very unskilled or semi-skilled one. Okay. So we are far behind from the Chinese kind of startups. So these are structural challenges, and structural challenges also includes what? The basic infrastructure. Okay. Ease of doing business. We have this rigid labor laws. Okay, there is no such flexibility. Infrastructure deficit, logistics, be it energy, be it digital infrastructure. Because if you see, from the 2015 onwards, when we started this Digital India program, you will find more such applications oriented kind of startup or application oriented things. For example, this e-commerce companies. Amazon, Flipkart, the e-commerce companies, similar kind of companies are also there. If food delivery ho, ki vegetables delivery, faster delivery applications you go. Okay. So that is digital infrastructure. But still, the digital infrastructure dekhive, we have kind of a gap in terms of rural and urban. Tier 1 and tier 3 cities, we have a huge gap. Okay. So these are structural issues, we need to highlight that. Apart from that, skilling and human capital, skill set I was also discussing with you. Tax complexity, many such business they are leaving India due to high amount of tax. वो लोग बोल रहे हैं कि भाई इतना टैक्स हम नहीं दे सकते. We are the initial business persons or we are initial companies. At the initial level of our business, we can't pay this amount of tax. So that is the reason they are, shutting their business down. Regulatory and tax complexity, banking sector stress due to high NPAs. So there is very less amount of credit facilities. Okay. And low research and development and innovation investment. Okay. So policy prescription you can write. We need to work on these aspects. Scaling. Okay. More job opportunities in the manufacturing sector. We need to more focus on the small, marginal, small and medium enterprises. Why? Because they are labor oriented or labor intensive industries. Okay. Because they can generate more employment opportunities. They can generate more jobs with respect to that. Okay. They can contribute in GDP. They can contribute in export. So more MSME oriented industries. For example, textile. For example, cloth. For example, shoe industries. We need to focus more on the food processing industries because food processing industries are also job oriented or labor intensive, labor oriented, and this is a kind of a sunrise industry, emerging industry due to increase in urbanization, and we have a decent amount of youth population as well. Okay, so these are the policy prescription or what you call the policy measures. Okay, so that's it from my side, and this is Abhyas Prelims Test Series batch. If you want to join, you can join here. Similarly, we have optionals. I have already told you. We have Paripurna batch as well, foundation batch. So if you want to join, you can do that for your comprehensive preparation for the civil service. Geography optional. Similarly, we have home science optional as well. And the last one is the RM batch. Let me tell you in detail about the RM batch. Simply, you can go to the application or website, and there you can simply go to State PSA Live Explore courses, and here you will get those RM batch. Just click on this Odisha PSA Foundation Batch 1. Okay. So here you will get 1000+ hours of live lecture, English, Hindi and English. Crux notes you will get, one-to-one mentorship will be given. I mean, personalized guidance, personalized feedback, handwritten notes you will get, special focus on Odisha specific topics, daily homework, weekly current affairs session, module wise test, exclusive session for essay writing, unlimited recorded classes, and 12+ test free with this. So if you see faculties, those are in YouTube, they will teach you. Best thing is you can simply go to this demo videos or demo lecture section. Okay, there you will find everything. Okay. Yes. So every video is there. You can go through that. You can see how teacher is like a faculty is teaching. So you'll have an idea. Okay. And if you want to join, you can join this course. So what is the process to join? Let me show you that as well. Simply, you can go to this buy now and you can enter the phone number, and one OTP will come to your number. You just enter that OTP. So after that, again, you have to buy now, and 2 offers available. Here you just entry JN Live. Okay. Just a second. Apply. So it would be 11,999 and the buy now. Proceed to pay. So it's 11,999. Okay. Smaraki, yes, of course. Whatever doubts you have, you can ask in this session. And after end of the session, if possible, I will definitely reply back. Okay. Don't worry. So that's it from my side. And this is Telegram channel. You can simply scan it and join the Telegram channel. Daily, I am giving PDF in that group, so you can get access to that PDF. You can follow me in Insta and Facebook, so that whenever and whatever you have any query regarding the preparation of civil service, you can simply drop a message to me. Okay, I will like definitely reply you back.